Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's how it was for India. Hardly anything to do with the bat, but then the captain was there, and I suppose this is his best innings against Pakistan in a T20 international. Abhishek Sharma chipped in as well, and India win with 25 balls to spare. India win by 7 wickets and go up to 4 points at the Asia Cup 2025. You're watching Cricbuzz Live. Dinesh, Karthik and Harsha Bhogle in the house. At times, wins like this leave us very little to talk about.
Just as well, because he's half asleep with his body clock. His body clock is still coming back.
Yeah, to be fair, in this kind of game, it just tells you where India stands. It's a bit of a mismatch, and we were just way ahead of where Pakistan are. That's a fact, and it is just too obvious. When you play a game like this, I think we excelled in all 3 departments, and it just pretty much tells you how strong Indian cricket is.
160 would have been a slightly different game or a very different game?
Yes, but they had to get to 160.
Yeah, but
it would have been a very, very different game if they had got to 160. But their batting looked. I mean, they had 8 players. I'm trying to pick polite words because it's not in the nature of all of us here on Cricbuzz to be derogatory to teams. But they were not on the same page.
Yeah,
and the batting was relatively ordinary.
Yeah.
From Pakistan. So if that got to 160, maybe India might have batted differently. I don't know. India might have taken a few more chances up front. You can't take more chances than Abhishek did. But I thought India had a lot left in the tank. We're talking about 160, but India have hit 131. So your 160 is about 30 runs away with four overs left.
Yeah.
So you still have got it.
I don't think 160 would have made a difference. Because first of all, Pakistan to get there, they were struggling to reach 100, forget 130.
Yeah.
They managed to get it because of Shaheen Shah Afridi, and let's assume they got 160. India batted differently. Through the middle, they just took their time. Suryakumar played a runner ball. That's not something that he does always. So they would have shown different intent, and they would have finished it off even then in a very clinical manner. Maybe not with 4 and 25 balls to spare, maybe with 10 balls to spare, but I still feel India would have gotten home because Pakistan are, over the years, the one thing that we have seen is their strength in fast bowling. They bowled 2 overs today, fast bowling. The rest was spin. The pitch was slow, understandable, but they always trust their fast bowlers. They're trusting their spinners.
And the numbers over the years tell you that when Pakistan have played well against India, even in this down phase, whenever they've played well against India, the fast bowlers have done well. And, I mean, they didn't trust Fahim Ashraf. They just didn't have enough runs to bowl Fahim Ashraf. And Shaheen Afridi he wasn't getting the ball to swing. If Shaheen Afridi is not getting the ball to swing, it's a major problem for Pakistan cricket. Because, as I keep saying, I was looking forward to Afridi versus Abhishek Sharma. There was no fear. There was no respect for reputation. Straight 6 or pick up 6?
We have to talk about Abhishek Sharma in just a bit.
Okay. I just love the way he batted. That's why I jumped the gun a bit.
The top story, Suryakumar Yadav, with the bat, it's totals like these, on pitches like these, or against not threatening oppositions like these. Players like Suryakumar Yadav can very happily go on to a form-finding mission, and he would have thoroughly enjoyed these 47 runs. Sweet.
It was an important 47. Purely because Gill got out early. He walked in at a stage when you lose a couple more wickets, the game looks different. And his record against Pakistan hasn't been great. He would have wanted to set that right. On a tough pitch, which wasn't too easy to bat, he made batting look simple. I won't say easy, made it look simple, stuck to his shots and completed it with absolute comfort in terms of the approach to chasing down a small total like this. Batted cautiously at the start, but then once he got going, he usually played the shots that he usually does. We always see him take down fast bowlers a lot, but today was his turn to show how good he is against spinners. You know, played the sweep to nice effect, played the cut quite nicely. And after he's taken over captaincy, his form hasn't been as good as we are used to before prior captaincy. But the fact is that he's a world-class player without a doubt.
And the great players can play in 2 gears. They adapt to the situation so well. He knew today he didn't have to do anything, that if he just kept batting, you're going to win today. And it's not that they batted slowly or boringly. They won with 4 overs left. 25 balls is a mighty big win in T20 cricket. I think the moment that power play got over, they said, look, we're going to win. Let's not do anything silly. Let's just win. If you see, Tilak Verma was 14 of 6 balls. Initially. And then they would have said, look, let's just build a partnership and finish this off. And I thought even though he finished 31 of 31, it provided the substance and ensured that when the second wicket sort of fell, you're not going to suddenly lose a second, third wicket. So I thought, was it in the context of the game, 56 or 52, even in a 127 proper chase, it's still all right. But given the start that they had, they just had to They just had to put the bricks in place. The foundation had been laid.
It wouldn't be fair to judge a partnership like this by saying, oh, only 56, 52,
No.
because you don't need to hurry it or change gears, right? They could have easily just...
So when you finish a power play like that, like Harsha was saying, the only thing that you're saying is, I don't need to take extra risks.
Why?
Let me just play good cricketing shots, which they did. Anything in my arc, I'll put it away. Like the slog sweep that Tilak Verma hit, and the rest of the shots that Suryakumar played. So at the end, it was a very clinical display. A team which just knows how to win. As simple as that. They know if the pitch was flatter, they would have gone obviously at a much higher run rate. It wasn't an easy pitch, so they made sure that they played perfectly to what was required, which is to finish the game with ease, and they've done it.
Like a boxer knows he's got 10 rounds. He doesn't have to knock the opponent out in the 4th round. He knows he's controlling the game. He can knock him out in the 6th, 7th, 8th round. Why open up your defense to punch him when you can get a counter? So India were never going to lose this game.
Yeah.
The moment they got them out for 127, in spite of that Shaheen Afridi innings of 30 odd at the end, they were never going to lose this game. And by winning with 25 balls left, I think they've just sent a message. We are at the moment in this game, we played at another level.
Cold-blooded, clinical was India's approach, and India will take this win. This is their second in the Asia Cup. Now, Suryakumar Yadav since Jan 2024 hasn't had great numbers, but with a lot of T20Is coming up, the T20 World Cup coming up as well, this augurs well. This is where he can get onto the ascendancy. And that sweep shot, it's a love story in itself, Suryakumar Yadav and the sweep shot.
He had a quiet start to IPL actually, first couple of games, and then just took off. Once he takes off, he just keeps going with the momentum. I think he had exactly, and he had the most number of 50s consecutively for a certain point of time. So he knows how to get his runs in T20. It's the best format for him. Yeah. He exactly has a template which is very well suited to what is required to excel in this format, and he keeps rinse and repeating it every time he's out on a cricket field. And the fact that the captain is batting so well and taking down opponents and making sure we get home is a very, very good sign.
No matter what the target is, the openers do have to set the tone. And Abhishek Sharma, 31 of 13. I don't know what Yuvraj Singh will say about this innings, but down the track to Shaheen Shah Afridi, set the tone, upset their premier bowler's rhythm, and that gorgeous pick-up 6. One of the highlights of the day for me. What do you think?
So, now can I ask him that question? Pick-up 6 or the one over long off early on? I mean, the pick-up 6 is dramatic. But there's something about hitting Afridi straight back on long off that was something.
Also the second ball. First ball he had stepped out down the ground, and the next ball, just full ball, just went through the line. Both are shots that come to him very naturally. One he played with the swing, the other one he picked the slow one and hit it over mid-wicket. Yeah. Obviously I like the one over long off better because it's a tougher shot, and I never played it well, so I like watching people do that nicely. But for me, he's a great example of the modern day batter who's fearless. They're watching Shaheen Afridi bowl over a period of time. You would have watched videos and seen, wow, he can swing the ball, he gets late swing, he can york a batsman up front. And what was his response? First ball, step out and just put it away if it is there. And that just tells you the mindset of the man. I love watching him bat. I think he's so exciting and he's a breath of fresh air. Even in this modern day T20 cricket where they play a shorter ball, I really enjoy the way he hits sixes and how much he backs himself to do it so consistently. So that 31 of 13 pretty much finished Pakistan then and there.
You know, DK, in another era, broadcaster would have been sitting here and saying, what was the need to do that 31 of 13? He could have played himself in. He could have gone on and finished the innings. It was a small total. He could have gone on and finished. Look, he's made 31 of 13. He's made a quarter of the runs in just about a tenth of the balls. He set it up.
What does he tell himself about this innings? Should he be okay? Should he be critical? Should he tell himself, I should have gone on?
A player who plays at that tempo obviously always keeps taking risks. And when you keep taking risks, you will make the odd error. The whole ideology is, how do I keep putting the pressure back on the bowler, but still being as calculative and as strong with my shots as I can. The one thing that he will tell himself, don't second guess. If you commit to a shot, go for it. And he did that. He stepped out, it wasn't there. He kind of checked it. Maybe the next time he would have to just either play a single or go full throttle and see even if it goes higher, and if he gets caught, it's okay. So you almost need to give yourself the command to say, don't stop yourself from playing shots. But if you commit to something, commit fully. That's it. I mean, I don't think he'll overthink the situation. His biggest battle was to get past Shaheen Shah Afridi and send a message to him saying, boss, I'm #1 in the world. Try bowling to me, which he did, I felt.
You did mention how he seems to back himself to clear the boundary. No matter how many fielders are there inside the rope or outside, he'll still clear.
Yeah, he's got a great bat swing. He's a tall man, so he's got long levers and he's got a beautiful swing of the bat. So he completely backs himself. Even if it means hitting 6 sixes back to back, he will back himself to do it. He doesn't second guess himself. I like that about any batter, to have the conviction when you play a shot.
Yeah.
If he commits to something, he goes for it full throttle, which is always a good sign of a confident player.
You know, I remember about turn of the century, when Saurav started hitting sixes off the left-arm spinners with long on out. And the talking point was, wow, he's backing himself to clear the boundary in spite of long on being on the boundary. Wow, it was such a big thing in those days. That long on is on the boundary, he's still lofting over long on. Today's players don't bother. I know I'm going to clear it, you can keep 3, doesn't matter. So that's how, in a very stark way, the game has evolved. That the same shot, when at the turn of the century, this happened in Nairobi.
Yeah.
At the turn of the century, I said, wow. Today, I said, no, but I mean, like, I've got bat in hand, right? I'm going to clear the boundary.
It was a delightful show of guts, and this is really the no fear brand of cricket in India's white ball version. The Test team also scored a ton of runs in England, but we'll come to that on another show. Now, a couple of moments in favour of Pakistan. The 2 dismissals of Shubman Gill and Tilak Verma. Credit where it's due. Very well bowled, those deliveries.
In these conditions, I think he's a proper bowler. I don't know how good he'll be on a flat deck on a 200 game, but in these conditions, he hits the deck. Finger spinners tend to do better. Yeah. In these conditions, I think that Ristis, and I'm saying that even though Kuldeep bowled well, but finger spinners, because they hit the deck, you saw Akshar bowled. Even though Akshar was a little slower, I thought, than Sam, but finger spinners tend to do better than Ristis. Though he does have that ball, but I thought he bowled well in these conditions.
Sufyan Mukim and Abrar Ahmed are talked about before anyone even mentioned Saeem Ayub, but should that change? What have you seen of him today that perhaps impressed you?
First up, I think Abrar Ahmed is a very good bowler. I think India were wary of him. They picked him to a decent extent, but they didn't want to take any risks against him, and they didn't do anything that wasn't required for today, which is just knock him around. If he gives you something, put it away. Otherwise, Surya played the odd sweep. Other than that, they kept it very simple, and that's why he was their best bowler. Sufyan Mukim, again, is someone, when you go after him, is when he gets wickets. If you, in a game like this, when he's expected to pick wickets, that doesn't seem to be his strength. That's why he's gone at that run rate. He can't purchase wickets. What he can do is bowl in such a way that if the batter is looking to hit him, then he comes into the game. Whereas I thought Saeem Ayub has a lot of skill. He gets enough revs on the ball. He's able to bowl it at a decent speed and get the ball going away to both right-handers and left-handers, which is a good skill. The ball that he bowled to Shubman Gill, quite the ball, because to be able to get that amount of revolutions, he has a bit of a carambol slash a bit of a wrist flick as well. So it's not the usual carambol that comes front of the hand. So slightly different, but I think he is someone who's trusted with the new ball these days quite a bit, and he's delivering with the feel that he had. He knows how to bowl to a field like that. So he's a good pick, but I think he's picked more for his batting, and if he can deliver with the bat as well, then he becomes a terrific all-rounder.
You had an observation what it takes to bowl the carambol.
Yeah. So your carambol comes in the front of the hand, whereas with Saeem Ayub, he goes a little more, he flicks the wrist, and that's the difference. And the fact that when you want to bowl carambol, the key aspect is you need to have longer fingers. That's when you get enough revs on the ball. That's very, very important. For any spinner for that matter, the longer the fingers, the more revs you're able to impart on the ball. Saeem Ayub obviously is not the tallest guy, so I'm assuming he doesn't have the longest of fingers, so he might not get the same amount of purchase like R. Ashwin does, for example.
I was trying to look at your fingers while you were talking to see if you have spin bowler's fingers.
No, anything but that, I feel.
I used to bowl leg spin and wonder why it wasn't turning very much. But my palms bigger than my fingers. It's a very rare thing to see.
Oh, yeah.
Also, an advantage for the captain to have a spin bowler who is happy to bowl in the power play.
Why not? I do feel that if somebody is able to give you that, it's very, very good. The truth of the matter is they bowl 4 overs of spin, so they're over-reliant on spin to a point. When actually, history would tell you that Pakistani fast bowlers have actually, when they've bowled well against India, they have actually troubled consistently over years, decades if you want. But now they seem to be so reliant on spin, and it almost tells you Salman Ali Agha has a certain role in mind for Fahim Ashraf, which is restricted to some tall scores where he can come in and bowl the odd cutter and bowl those kind of things. Otherwise, he's completely reliant on his spin attack.
So the old definition of all-rounder, the classical definition of all-rounder is, can you get into the side as a batter and as a bowler? You look at Fahim Ashraf, he's the other definition of all-rounder. He's a bit of this and a bit of that. I'm not going further than that. But he's not enough of either. Does he get into the side as a bowler? No, he doesn't. Does he get into the side as a batter? No, he doesn't. So he's a bit of this and a bit of that. That means he's working in a team that is a good team of 10. If you've got a team of 10, then okay, I'll come and slog at the end, I'll bowl an over or two. But he's neither this nor that. So they'll have to take a call on whether he's playing that role in the side or whether he's there, because it looks good to have someone who can do a bit of this and a bit of that. Look at someone like Shivam Dube. Yeah. Does a bit with the ball, but he's in the side primarily as a batter. Even if he doesn't bowl, he probably makes the side.
Yeah.
That's a difference. I don't think Fahim Ashraf makes a side on either skill.
Interesting. One of the other things that didn't happen sadly today is that viewers across the subcontinent didn't get to hear you on air. And therefore, while you're here, I'm going to ask you to describe what happened at 11.4 overs. Cue, sir.
There are some players, sometimes wrong things happen to them. My first reaction when Nawaz dropped that was, oh, was Surya in the way? But it was a straightforward return catch and Nawaz put it. I know what you want me to say. Oh, Nawaz, what have you done, Nawaz? But Nawaz is... I mean, he didn't bowl well today either. He didn't bowl. He was too short. The moment he swept, he dropped his length. It wasn't a good day for him.
Salman Ali as captain.
Ball, he? He also got out first ball.
LBW, yeah.
The captain, was the body language not quite there? Was it down?
No, I don't think so. I don't think you can fault Salman Ali Agha too much. I thought he fielded quite nicely at covers. He was very aggressive with his body language, marshalled his resources quite nicely. He backed his spinners. And as I said at the start, it has to be Shaheen Afridi who had to strike, and he didn't. And that pretty much opened the gates for India to just completely run through this Pakistan side with the bat, which they did quite nicely. I thought Abrar Ahmed bowled nicely.
Yeah.
He got the odd ball to turn a little bit, create doubts, but didn't pick up wickets because they played him cleverly. And that's the thing in T20 cricket. If you don't want to give wickets because you don't have too many attacking fielders, you don't tend to get wickets. Those kind of bowlers get wickets when you look to go after them. If you just decide, okay, let me just take singles, then they don't become as effective.
Yeah. Would you play Haris Rauf in this side?
If they want to play a brand of cricket which says that they want to score big, then Fahim Ashraf is okay. But otherwise, I think Haris Rauf needs to be there in this squad, because if they want to defend a total or pick wickets, they need somebody like Haris Rauf, which at this point of time they're so reliant on the spinners. I don't think it's a
because
good
I think Afridi's got enough in him to bat at 8. Shaheen Afridi's got okay enough in him when you're batting at 8.
Yeah. Well, yet another off day for Pakistan against India in a multi-nation tournament. But for India, all is well. That ends well. In fact, it all began with Kuldeep Yadav bowling really well. 4 overs, 18 for 3. And Kuldeep Yadav is our number 1 player, powered by Kajaria, India's number 1 tile company. Very reliable, very good looking, very trusted.
So you're assigning all 3 adjectives to him.
Yep.
Very reliable, very trusted, and he'll be delighted to know that also saying very good looking.
Oh, yes, he was.
But he bowled beautifully.
Yeah.
With Kuldeep Yadav, it's always, you look at the speed with which he's bowling, but you always see the length. When he gets his lengths right,
yeah,
he's an incredible bowler. And look, he's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
If you can't pick him out of the hand, after all these years, it either means that the batters are not looking at the hand closely enough, or it means he's still able to deceive you out of the hand. Yeah. And he bowled beautifully today.
It's a delight to see that ball come out of his hand. And is this the best phase in Kuldeep Yadav's white ball career?
Definitely. I think right from the 2024 World Cup, that campaign, he was so good. And after that, he's not looked back. He took his place from Chahal, and he's almost cemented his place in that team. He's been very reliable, someone you can trust on, and most times to pick wickets, to even control the run rate if you want. And you've seen him grow as a player, even in IPL. He's become the spearhead for DC, and he's done so nicely. So all he required is a chance. When he did what he could, and it tells you the work ethics that he has. You see him in England as well when he wasn't playing, training hard, doing whatever it takes to be a successful international cricketer. And that's all you can do. And when given an opportunity, he shows you what a champion he is, because a lot of people are saying, do we need to play an extra spinner? Why not Arshdeep? But the fact is that he's come in and shown why he is so rated by the Indian support staff and the management, which is very good on his part.
DK builds teams. He'll tell you that if you've got someone who can give you wickets in the middle overs, he's worth his weight in gold. Yeah. Taking wickets in the middle overs. And that is what Kuldeep is giving this team. Yeah. So you see the roles have been assigned. Varun Chakravarti has got the slightly more difficult role because he'll bowl a bit in the power play, a bit at the end. Akshar is just Akshar. Akshar is a serious, no one talks about Akshar. He's a serious T20 cricketer.
Yeah.
But Kuldeep has that role. In the middle overs, give me wickets. He's given you 7 wickets in this tournament so far.
4 in the first game, 3 tonight. And therefore, much like India trusts Kajaria Tile, Suryakumar Yadav can trust Kuldeep Yadav, who is our number 1 player, powered by Kajaria, India's number 1 tile company. 4 overs, 18 runs for 3 wickets, 15 dot balls. He was all over Pakistan tonight. Right, India play a much easier game, which is going to be their third in this this opening.
Easier than this one?
Surely.
Okay.
Oman.
Okay.
Is there any area that you'd want to see India do a little bit better in, or am I being greedy?
No.
I don't think India needs to do anything better. The only thing I would say is be ruthless about it.
Yeah.
Don't give an inch in terms of trying to shuffle the 11 or giving rest to players. Just try and be very clinical about it. Yeah. At the end of the day, the bigger picture is you want to do well in the Asia Cup and take the confidence forward in the remaining bilaterals and the most important one, the World Cup at start of next year. So there's a lot to play for. Yeah. And you need to inculcate that habit of being ruthless, and we want to win every game. You're going to drop a game somewhere or the other, but the fact is that you don't want to make changes and get complacent about it. Just go through it in a very clinical manner.
I'd like to see the opportunity to get Hardik getting into a bit of rhythm.
Sure.
But look, he's such an experienced player. He knows what he's doing. But just a little bit more, Hardik, Bumrah, bowl those overs.
Wouldn't there be a temptation to give Arshdeep a game? 5 days later, India play Oman on Friday. Why not?
It's worth having the conversation with Bumrah and asking, do you want to take a break or are you happy with where you're bowling? If Bumrah says, no, I feel I'm a bit rusty, I want to bowl a little more, let him go. If he says, no, I'm happy, you can play Arshdeep if you want, fine. What is Arshdeep going to gain though? I mean, that's what when you play against an Oman, apart from the fact that you just get a game, there's not too much that you can gain. It's understandable. If Bumrah says, I'm happy to take a rest, no problem. Otherwise, I would still, if Bumrah is happy to play, go with it.
2 big wins for India, and that takes India's net run rate upwards of 4 plus 4.793, surely on their way to the next round. Pakistan should, I suppose, qualify unless they make an absolute mess of it, which seems unlikely. And that's where things stand. But the action at the Asia Cup continues. We've got Sri Lanka in action tomorrow. I think they're playing in Dubai. Yes, they are. And they're up against Hong Kong, China. All's going well for Sri Lanka with the bat and the ball. Hasaranga is back as well. A couple of batters among the runs in that last game.
They'd want to be clinical again and have a good game, help their net run rate. And they played some solid cricket in the first game against Bangladesh. The batters came good. Patham Nissanka was terrific. I also felt the way they rotated bowlers, bowled beautifully up front. Chamira was good at the back end as well. So they have a lot of pluses to look at. Hasaranga, we know he's the wicket taker that he is, and he showed why he is so rated in Sri Lanka. And good on him to come back from an injury, be on the field and do what it takes to help Sri Lanka. So overall, if they can repeat and do one better, why not? I think it'll just help their run rate.
A win will take them closer to qualification for the next stage. Pathirana was expensive. Is there a case to bring in someone like a Vela Lage?
Well, depending on the conditions. Look, they're playing in Dubai.
Yes.
So they might want to play the extra spinner, but they also need Pathirana to be bowling well. The more overs he gets.
Yeah.
So that is something that the team management will have to think about. They played only one spinner last time.
Hasaranga.
Yeah, they played only Hasaranga. They had a little bit of Asalanka. They used Dasun Shanaka as well, but that was in Abu Dhabi.
Yep.
So I won't be surprised if they have a little bit more spin. This is the group in which you want to look at net run rate. In India, Pakistan's group, you don't have to worry about net run rate.
Sure.
This is the group. So they want a big win in this group just to provide a little bit of a cushion in their game against Afghanistan.
Their opponents are large-hearted. They drop a lot of catches. In fact, 5 drop catches.
So Nizakat Khan catches them.
That's true.
Nizakat Khan takes catches.
With a lot of nazakat.
I thought they played better in their second game. Let's be honest. They played a lot better in their second
When they got 140 again.
They got 140.
Yeah.
They played a lot better.
Correct.
With smaller teams, do expectations need to be a little bit more realistic? What do you want to see from a team like Hong Kong tomorrow?
The goals are different. You want to see them grow as the competition rises. Yeah. You want to see how they are up against the better teams. Do they play like they belong? Do they play with a lot of confidence? Sometimes through the body language, you can tell if a team has just turned up. Yeah. If a team is apologetic and just thinks, yeah, I've got no chance, come let me turn up. Yeah. It's like the first round matches you get in inter-school games. Yeah. You don't want to see that kind of body language. So I want to see how they approach those situations. They've got a couple of 2-3 good players, but you'd like to see them grow as the tournament progresses. Say, okay, I had a very bad first game, but I thought I did much better in my second game. Yeah. So let's see now in my third game if I can do any better.
If you were commentating at the Asia Cup, surely the team would have requested you to come in and have a word with this young team. What would you say to Team Hong Kong, China?
They're obviously part-time players, first thing. So they don't compete the way full-time cricketers do play through the year. So the first challenge would be coming up against big teams. It's a great learning experience. You want to understand, learn, observe, and use that when you go back to play Associate Nations. But the one thing that you want to do is almost play united as a team and show that you can compete. Winning, losing, that is next. But there is a way in which you almost stamp an authority saying we are here to compete. And that is what I think teams that have done well, for example, in the recent past, has been Nepal. They've actually competed a lot of the times. They've shown bits and pieces where they have actually controlled the game. As long as they're able to do that, it'll be great.
Nepal have, Namibia have, United States have.
Correct.
So these are teams that have competed, and you'd like to see that from them.
Is there a case to bring in South African Kudze into the lineup to maybe bolster their batting a little bit?
To be honest, I've just seen that name on scorecards. I've not seen him, but the name I've seen on scorecards, that of a top order player. So maybe, but to be honest, I don't know.
Do you want to give us a Hong Kong player to watch out for? Someone that you expect will do well?
Babar Hayat.
He did well in that game,
But he held himself back too much in the first game. He's got the shots.
He hit 3 sixes, I think, if I remember.
He hit 3 sixes, but apart from that, he blocked a little too much. He's a better player than that. He's been around for a while. It's not that he's just come in. He's been around for a while. So a little bit from him,
Sri Lanka?
I'd love for Hasaranga to have another good game with the ball, because I feel he's such a good cricketer. And if he can contribute to the bat, it'll be even better. Which he has skills.
I think in the Sri Lanka, in the domestic Premier League, he bats 4-5 sometimes.
Absolutely.
Right, that is that. We've given you a very detailed preview of this game that's coming up tomorrow. We will, of course, see you for a much longer preview at 7:30.
Can I say one other thing? I think we should now stop saying the world's greatest contest is coming up. The world's biggest contest is coming up. It hasn't been for a while. What we saw today was just indicator. I think we should stop hyping it as one of the great contests. At the moment, it isn't.
I agree, sir. I think the whole of India and the whole of Pakistan will agree. The other contest that is exciting in this building is the prediction game.
Oh, well done.
Thank you, sir.
Well done.
I almost forgot I got a bullseye yesterday.
And you're one shot away from getting a bullseye today.
Watch out.
One shot away. Tilak Varma hits that ball for 6. You've got 2 bullseyes in a row. Well done.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let's bring up where things stand. I want to see how closer I am to Siamese score. Oh, long way away. But I'm the only guy with...
So Murli Karthik comes back tomorrow. So he has the opportunity of dropping below me.
But he hasn't had any luck with... Yeah, exactly. Mr. Bhogle is going to be on a break for a while. DK takes a break as well. And he will be around town, going across.
Getting his body clock back.
You okay with his diet regime these days?
DK and his diet. DK is so fit. I mean, I'm looking at DK and I'm thinking, why on earth does he need to do intermittent fasting, worry about diet? He's looking superbly fit. And when you're superbly fit, you can wear shirts with tigers on them.
That's true. And you were dressed as what, Steve Jobs?
I've got to try harder, wear black so that you don't see things around.
I'm just hoping for the rest of the Asia Cup we get served some better cricket. We haven't seen that thus far.
No.
One more one-sided game. India doing to Pakistan what it has been doing to them for a long time. Just enough time to go to Joy Factor. What was the question again? None of us know the answer, so we'll have to rely on Joy's cheat sheet. Let's bring up the question very quickly. What was it that Mr. Bhattacharya sent us? Among test-playing nations, if Rohit and Mohammad Nabi are joint third with 14 and Sky and Virat are joint second with 16, which cricketer leads the list and what is the record? Our experts don't seem to know.
I can try. Can I try?
Please do, sir.
Jasprit Bumrah, man of the match most.
But has Sky got 16 man of the match?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. I could be completely wrong, but I just made up that number.
You're close is what I've been told. What is the answer?
Well done.
Let's unbox the answer. Let's unravel. Sikandar Raza, most player of the match awards.
Well done.
20.
Well done.
Half marks, sir. Half marks.
Huh?
Half marks.
Steps के लिए.
Steps के लिए.
Steps के लिए marks मिलते हैं ना match में. Steps के लिए. So
I got 1/2 right.
Approach was correct.
Player of the match, correct.
Correct. So approach was correct. Can we give him some points on that on our guessing game list?
Or I can order an extra juice for you.
Extra juice.
Yeah. Extra juice. That is the end of that. Oh, but the winner has to...
Yes.
Hello from Mr.
Well
Bhogle and Mr. Karthik. Let's bring up the winner's name as well very quickly.
Cheppande. Name Cheppande. Sarigga Cheppande. Paviri Setti Sai Krishna, who loves underscores.
From your part of the country?
I don't know, but I don't know anyone who uses 5 underscores in his.
Definitely from our part of the country.
Okay, so well done, Bhaviri Setti. Sai Krishna, you can take a clip of this video and show it off to your friends and your family. But make sure you join us tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. on Cricbuzz Live for Sri Lanka versus Hong Kong, China. Bye-bye. Good night.